Welcome to the story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support me.
The morning sun cast a golden hue over the sprawling human kingdom of Valoria, its towers and spires gleaming with the promise of prosperity and progress. The kingdom, a testament to human ingenuity and resilience, had long held dominion over the continent, despite the formidable might and ancient lineage of the dragon clans that once ruled the skies. In the heart of Valoria, General Eric stood atop the grand balcony of the royal citadel, gazing out over the bustling city below. His sharp eyes took in every detail of the throngs of merchants in the marketplace, the disciplined march of the royal guards, and the distant horizon where the dragon realm lay, a land shrouded in mystery and legend. At 28, Eric was a rising star in the military, known for his strategic brilliance and unwavering dedication to his people. Today, however, his thoughts were elsewhere. The fragile peace between humans and dragons had been uneasy at best, maintained by treaties and truces forged through blood and sacrifice. The scars of past wars were still fresh, and whispers of ancient dragon magic resurfaced with each passing year, stirring both fear and fascination among the populace. General Eric, a voice called from behind. He turned to see Ambassador Carl approaching, his expression thoughtful. Carl was Valoria's foremost diplomat, a man of few words but profound insights, often navigating the treacherous waters of interspecies relations with grace. "Good morning, Carl," Eric greeted, nodding in acknowledgement. Carl took a step closer, lowering his voice. "There have been reports from the eastern provinces. Increased dragon activity near the ancient ruins. It might be nothing, but given the current tensions, it's worth investigating." Eric frowned, his mind already racing with possibilities. "Lilia, the Dragon Knight, has been spotted in that region as well. She's been vocal about restoring dragon honor and seeking out lost powers. This could be related." Carl nodded. "Indeed. We need to monitor the situation closely. Any shift in dragon behavior could disrupt the fragile balance we've maintained." Before Eric could respond, the grand doors of the balcony opened, and Queen Serena descended the ornate steps. Her presence commanded respect and exuded a serene authority. Serena, the Dragon Queen, was a figure of immense wisdom and strength, striving tirelessly to preserve her people's legacy while seeking a harmonious coexistence with humans. "General Eric, Ambassador Carl," Serena greeted, her voice both melodic and commanding. "I trust you've been discussing the recent developments." Eric stepped forward, bowing slightly. "Your Majesty, we are monitoring the increased dragon activity. It appears Lilia is involved, which could signify her pursuit of the ancient power." Serena's eyes, deep and knowing, met Eric's. "Lilia is driven by a noble cause, but the path she treads is fraught with peril. The ancient powers are not to be taken lightly. They hold the potential for both creation and destruction." Carl interjected, "We must ensure that neither side, human nor dragona, exploits this power. The last time such forces were awakened, it led to catastrophic consequences." Serena nodded thoughtfully. "Agreed. I will send a delegation to meet with Lilia and understand her intentions. In the meantime, General, ensure that our forces remain vigilant but restrained. We do not seek conflict, only understanding." As Serena departed, the weight of her words lingered in the air. Eric turned to Carl, a determined look in his eyes. "We need to keep a close watch on both Lilia and any factions that might seek to destabilize the peace." Carl agreed, his expression resolute. "I'll coordinate with our intelligence networks and keep you informed of any developments." Later that day, in the Dragon Realm, nestled among towering peaks and ancient forests, Lilia stood at the edge of a crystalline lake, her reflection shimmering in the still waters. As a young dragon knight, her heart burned with a desire to restore her people's former glory. The tales of dragons soaring the skies with unchallenged might, wielding ancient magic, were etched into her very soul. Clad in lightweight armor adorned with intricate dragon motifs, Lilia exuded both grace and strength. Her fiery red hair cascaded down her back, a stark contrast to her emerald green scales that caught the sunlight with every movement. Today, her mission was clear: seek at the lost Dragonstone, an artifact said to hold immense power capable of altering the balance between dragons and humans. She had heard the whispers of an ancient prophecy, one that spoke of a time when dragons would reclaim their rightful place in the world. Lilia believed that finding the Dragonstone was the key to this resurgence. But she also understood the risks, as such power could attract unwanted attention, reigniting old conflicts and endangering both her kin and the humans they coexisted with. Determined, Lilia took a deep breath, feeling the crisp mountain air fill her lungs. With a final glance at the serene lake, she turned and began her descent into the dense forest, the path ahead shrouded in both mystery and danger. In Valoria's council chamber, the grand chamber buzzed with activity as members of the royal council discussed the kingdom's affairs. Maps adorned the walls, marking territories, trade routes, and points of interest, including the ancient ruins where recent dragon activity had been noted. At the center of the room stood General Eric, outlining a strategic plan to bolster defenses and gather intelligence on any potential threats. His voice was steady, conveying confidence and authority. We need to establish a forward observation post near the eastern ruins. If Lilia is indeed seeking the Dragonstone, we must understand her intentions and capabilities. Knowledge is our greatest weapon in maintaining peace. Beside him, Ambassador Carl presented a different perspective. While military preparedness is essential, we must also explore diplomatic avenues. If Lilia seeks power, perhaps there is a way to support her quest without escalating tensions. We should consider sending envoys to the Dragon Realm to offer assistance or negotiate terms that benefit both sides. A murmur of agreement and skepticism followed Carl's suggestion. The council was divided, as some favored a more aggressive stance, while others saw the merit in diplomacy. Queen Serena's envoy, a representative from the Dragon Realm, sat quietly at the edge of the chamber, observing the debate. The delicate balance between strength and diplomacy was a recurring theme in human-dragon relations, and today was no exception. Eric addressed the council once more, his gaze unwavering. We cannot afford to be reactive. Proactive measures will ensure our continued dominance and the preservation of peace. Let's move forward with establishing the observation post while also preparing for any unforeseen developments. The council voted, and the motion passed unanimously. As the meeting adjourned, Eric felt a sense of accomplishment. Yet he remained mindful of the challenges ahead. Balancing military strategy with diplomatic efforts would require careful navigation, especially with figures like Lilia and Serena playing pivotal roles in the unfolding events. Deep in the Dragon Realm, Lilia trekked through the dense forest, the sounds of wildlife surrounding her. The journey to the ancient ruins was arduous, testing her endurance and resolve. She navigated through tangled underbrush and over rugged terrain, guided by the faint markings and legends passed down through generations. As dusk approached, the forest canopy opened to reveal the remnants of a once magnificent temple, now partially reclaimed by nature. Vines and moss adorned the stone structures, and the air hummed with latent magic. Lilia approached the central altar, her heart pounding with anticipation and trepidation. She placed her hand on the cold stone, chanting the incantations she had memorized from ancient texts. The ground beneath her responded, the symbols glowing with an ethereal light. A surge of energy coursed through her, and she felt a connection to the long-lost power of the dragons. But as the light intensified, shadows danced around her, and a presence made itself known. A guardian spirit, bound to protect the Dragonstone, materialized before her. Its form was both majestic and intimidating, a testament to the ancient magic that had safeguarded the artifact for centuries. Who dares seek the Dragonstone? The spirit demanded, its voice echoing through the ruins. Lilia stood tall, meeting the spirit's gaze. I am Lilia, a dragon knight seeking to restore our people's honor and protect our realm. I seek the Dragonstone to ensure our survival and prosperity." The spirit regarded her thoughtfully. "Many have sought this power, but few understand its true nature. What will you do with it once you possess it?" Lilia took a deep breath, choosing her words carefully. "I seek not just power, but balance, to bridge the gap between our kind and humans, fostering a peace that honors both our legacies." The spirit seemed to ponder her words, the glow of the Dragonstone reflecting in its eyes. "Your intentions are pure, but the path you tread is perilous. Be wary of those who seek power for their own gain. Trust is a fragile thing, easily shattered by ambition." With those final words, the spirit dissipated, leaving Lilia alone with the pulsing Dragonstone. She reached out, feeling its warmth and energy resonate within her. The power she sought was within her grasp, but the spirit's warning echoed in her mind. Determined, Lilia carefully retrieved the Dragonstone, securing it within her armor. She knew that her quest had only just begun, and the true challenges lay ahead. Back in Valoria, General Eric and Ambassador Carl reviewed the reports from their scouts, piecing together the movements of both human and dragon forces. The establishment of the observation post had been swift, and their intelligence indicated that Lilia was indeed progressing towards the Dragonstone with purpose and determination. "We need to anticipate her next moves," Eric mused, tapping a finger against the map spread before them. "If she gains control of the Dragonstone, it could tip the scales in ways we haven't imagined." Carl leaned forward, his expression contemplative. "Perhaps our approach needs to evolve. Instead of purely defensive strategies, we should consider how to engage with her, understand her motivations, and offer support in a way that aligns with our interests." Eric nodded slowly. "Diplomacy could be our key to maintaining peace. If we can guide her quest, ensure it doesn't threaten our stability, it could pave the way for a stronger alliance between our races." Before Carl could respond, a messenger burst into the room, breathless and wide-eyed. "General Eric, Ambassador Carl, urgent news from the eastern ruins." They exchanged a glance before Eric rose to receive the message. The messenger handed him a sealed scroll, which Eric broke open, scanning the contents quickly. His eyes widened as he read the report. "It's a direct encounter. Lilia and her team have activated the Dragonstone, but there was an unexpected surge of energy. They barely escaped with their lives." Carl's brow furrowed. "What caused the surge? Was it sabotage?" Eric shook his head, his mind racing. "I don't know yet, but this changes everything. We need to get to the ruins immediately. There might be more to this than we initially thought." Without wasting a moment, Eric and Carl prepared to depart, leaving behind the council chamber and the political intrigues within. Their mission was clear: uncover the truth behind the surge at the ruins and determine the true intentions of both allies and adversaries. At the ruins, the eastern ruins loomed ahead, bathed in the soft light of dusk. The site, once a center of dragon worship and magic, now stood as a silent witness to the passage of time and the ebb and flow of power between humans and dragons. Eric and Carl approached cautiously, their senses heightened by the recent events. As they stepped through the ancient archway, the remnants of dragon statues and intricate carvings greeted them, each telling a story of a bygone era. The air was thick with residual magic, a palpable reminder of the Dragonstone's presence. "Lilia and her team are missing," Eric noted, scanning the area for any signs of movement. Carl knelt beside a scorch mark on the stone floor, examining the damage. "This wasn't just a random surge. It feels intentional, almost controlled." Eric frowned. "If someone within our ranks is behind this, we need to find out who." Sabotage from within could have dire consequences. They ventured deeper into the ruins, the darkness enveloping them as the sun dipped below the horizon. Their flashlights flickered, revealing more signs of conflict: broken weapons, overturned statues, and traces of both human and dragon presence. Suddenly, a faint glow emanated from the central chamber. Eric signaled for silence as they approached, the source of the light becoming clearer with each step. There, amidst the chaos, lay the dragonstone, pulsating with an eerie energy. Carl stepped forward, his eyes narrowing. This wasn't how Lilia described the activation, something else was at play. Before Eric could respond, a shadow moved in the periphery, and a figure emerged from the darkness, an unfamiliar face among the chaos. It was a human, cloaked and wary, moving with the confidence of someone accustomed to secrecy. "Who are you?" Eric demanded, stepping protectively in front of Carl. The figure hesitated before speaking, voice low and urgent. "I mean no harm. My name is Marcus. I'm here to stop what's happening." Eric's eyes narrowed. "Stop? From what?" Marcus glanced around nervously before continuing. "There's a faction within Valoria that seeks to harness the Dragonstone's power for their own gain. They believe that by controlling both human strategy and dragon magic, they can create an unstoppable force." Carl's expression grew troubled. "A rogue faction?" "We suspected internal sabotage, but I didn't think it would escalate to this." Marcus nodded. "I've been tracking their movements for months. They're well organized and have infiltrated key positions within the kingdom. They intend to use the Dragonstone to reignite the war between humans and dragons, ensuring Valoria's dominance once and for all." Eric clenched his fists, anger simmering beneath his calm exterior. "We need to find these traitors and put an end to their plans. If they succeed, it could spell disaster for both our people and the dragons." Marcus stepped closer, urgency in his eyes. "I have information on their next move. They plan to convene at the old fortress on the northern border tonight. If we act quickly, we can intercept them before they activate the Dragonstone again." Without hesitation, Eric and Carl exchanged determined looks. "We're with you," Eric declared. "Tell us everything you know." As Marcus outlined the details of the rogue faction's plans, the gravity of the situation settled in. The fate of both humans and dragons now hung in the balance, and the path forward would require courage, unity, and unwavering resolve. Under the night sky, the northern fortress stood as a relic of past conflicts, its stone walls weathered by time and battle. Under the cover of darkness, Eric, Carl, and Marcus approached cautiously, their footsteps silent against the cold ground. The air was thick with anticipation, every sense alert to potential threats. Inside, the rogue faction had gathered, their leader addressing the assembled members with fervor. "Tonight, we seize control of the Dragonstone and solidify Valoria's supremacy. With both human strategy and dragon magic at our disposal, nothing can stand in our way. The age of dragons has ended, the era of human dominance begins." Unbeknownst to them, Eric and his team had infiltrated the fortress, positioning themselves strategically to intercept the coup. As the leader concluded his speech, plans were set into motion to activate the Dragonstone. Suddenly, a commotion erupted at the entrance. Eric signaled to his team, and they sprang into action, subduing the rogue members with swift precision. A fierce battle ensued, the clash of steel and the roar of suppressed magic filling the air. In the midst of the chaos, Eric confronted the leader, a high-ranking noble consumed by ambition. "This ends now. You're jeopardizing everything we've built, to both human and dragon alike." The leader sneered, his eyes filled with hatred. "You're weak. Valoria deserves to rule, and I will ensure it." Before the confrontation could escalate further, a deafening roar echoed through the fortress as Queen Serena and a contingent of dragon warriors descended upon the scene. The dragon's presence was both awe-inspiring and formidable, their scales shimmering under the moonlight. Serena approached, her gaze fixed on the Dragonstone. "Enough. The power you seek to exploit belongs to all, not just a select few." With a wave of her hand, Serena disarmed the leader, the Dragonstone's energy subsiding under her command. The rogue faction members, seeing their leader defeated, surrendered without further resistance. Eric stepped back, allowing Serena to take the lead. "Your Majesty, we've contained the situation. The Dragonstone is secure." Serena nodded, her expression one of relief tempered with concern. "Thank you, General Eric, your swift action has prevented a catastrophe. But this incident highlights the fragile nature of our peace. We must remain vigilant. As the dust settled, Eric and Carl realized the true extent of the threat they had faced. The rogue faction's ambitions had nearly torn apart the delicate harmony between humans and dragons, but their combined efforts had averted disaster. The aftermath. In the days that followed, Valoria and the Dragon Realm took steps to rebuild trust and reinforce their alliance. The rogue faction was dismantled, and its members faced justice for their transgressions. However, the incident served as a stark reminder of the ever-present dangers lurking beneath the surface. General Eric and Ambassador Carl continued their collaboration, now with an even deeper understanding of the complexities involved in maintaining peace. Their alliance became a cornerstone of the new order, blending human strategy with dragon wisdom. Lilia, having successfully secured the Dragonstone, returned to the Dragon Realm with newfound respect for both her people and their human counterparts. Her journey had transformed her, shifting her focus from mere restoration of dragon honor to fostering genuine cooperation and understanding. Queen Serena, recognizing the need for a more integrated approach, proposed the creation of a joint council comprising representatives from both humans and dragons. This council would oversee the use of ancient powers, mediate disputes, and ensure that the hard-earned peace remained unbroken. As the new oath was signed, binding both races in mutual respect and shared responsibility, hope blossomed across the continent. Projects that once seemed impossible were now within reach, driven by the combined strengths of humans and dragons working in harmony. In the twilight of a peaceful evening, Eric and Lilia stood together on a hill overlooking the United Lands. The sky was painted with hues of orange and purple, a symbol of the new dawn that had emerged from the ashes of conflict. "You did well, Lilia," Eric remarked, his voice filled with admiration. Lilia smiled, her eyes reflecting the vibrant sky. "We did well, Eric. This is just the beginning. Together, we can achieve so much more." As they watched the sun set, the bond between humans and dragons solidified, promising a future where unity and cooperation would lead to unprecedented prosperity and peace.